I can't hear you. It's my Instagram name and the password is boss lady, all lowercase. Yo, what's going on, family? We're about to get started very shortly, very shortly. Ness is hopping on right now. Ness is hopping on right now. He's connecting everything up in a second. Yo, what's going on, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? So look, we're about to have Ness hop on. Go ahead and drop some ones in the chat box. Drop some ones in the chat box if you guys are ready to hear from the binary goat. The binary goat, Ness. Let's go ahead and flood the chat box with one. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let me make sure Ness is on. All right, Ness, I just made you the host, bro. You can take it over. All right, family. Nes is about to take it over 1 second. So we got some familiar faces on the call right now.
All right, all right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people? If you can hear me just fine, do me a favor, type 1 in the chat so we get this thing going. All right, all right, all right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to cover today is basically a few of the strategies that I basically stood very consistent with over the last few years that helped me really get ahead in my life and business. So I really hope that you guys are ready to absorb all the notes. I hope you are taking notes because note takers are money makers. We're going to go through this quickly, efficiently, and I really hope that this resonates with you, because if this resonates with you, then you are going to be a beast trader, right? Now, let's face it. Money is the biggest motivator, right? Money is the biggest motivator. So what I'm going to show you is very simple strategies that you can follow. Now, these aren't going to be too technical. It's not going to be too technical, but what it is going to show you is how to get in and out of the market with the bag. So if you want to learn that, ladies and gentlemen, right now, do me a favor, type 777 in the chat, right? And we're going to get this thing popping. Let's go. Let's go. All right, all right. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, because I want to give everybody just a basic, real basic overview as to what binary options is before I dive into the strategies, right? So we're going to make this very simple. We're going to make this very clean, very, very simple. All right, so here we go. All right. So for some individuals, right, they don't really know what the difference is between generic forex trading and binary options forex trading. And the fundamental difference between the two is simply this. When we're trading binary options, it's based on time. It's about making the right prediction within a certain time window, as opposed to capturing as many pips as you can, because that's really the name of the game when it comes to generic forex, right? You got to catch as many pips as possible so you can be more in profit. But there's a lot of calculating involved with that, right? You have to calculate your 3 take profits. You have to calculate your stop loss. You have to calculate spread. And you know, sometimes spread could completely change on you when the markets are extremely volatile, right? There's a lot of calculation going on. But what I'm going to show you is the way that basically I've learned, all right, how to see consistent success as a trader in a very, very simple way. So when it comes to binary options, right, and I don't want you to pay too much attention to this tick chart right here, is at the end of the day, we're still analyzing the forex charts like normally with candlesticks and all that. But what I'm going to show you right now is how we simply execute the trades. So if we're doing our analysis, right, and we're going to go over some strategies after this, when we're doing our analysis and we can see with our analysis the market is going to go up or the market is going to go down, then simply we use a broker user interface like this that looks like this, where we simply enter the trade. So what we do is this, right? We choose the currency pair that we're trading, whether it's Euro USD, USD JPY, whatever it is, okay? And if we believe the market is going to go up, well, we're going to enter a buy. If we believe the market is going to go down, then we basically enter a sell. So if we believe the market is going to go up in a period of, I don't know, 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever the case may be, you could choose any time between 30 seconds with some brokers all the way up to the next 30 days. So it's truly about time expiration. It's about getting in and out of the market with the bag within a certain time limit, right? So for the sake of this example, I'm going to go with a 1 minute trade example, all right? And we're going to enter a $50 trade. Now, if I believe the market is going to go up, I did not do any analysis right now, but just show you how it works. When you click call or when you click buy, you're going to see a green arrow up. And when you click sell, all right, you're going to see a red arrow down, like so. All right, so basically, okay, you're going to see how this works. So if you enter the buy, ideally you want to see the market above your buy entry by the time expiration. If you enter the sell, ideally you want to see the market below your sell entry by the time expiration. So I'm just gonna place a couple of example trades here. All right, if it doesn't clear, you'll see a red bubble. If it does clear, you'll see a green bubble. All right, I'm just clicking around over here. All right, looks like UJ is dropping. All right, we're gonna go to close trades. Okay. All right, these two cells are about to clear. And there you go. So if you make the right prediction, whether the market is going up or down, by the time expiration, you simply win the trade. If you don't make the right prediction by the time the trade expires, then you basically don't secure the bag. And that's basically how it is. It's a little different. It's a little different, but once you learn this skill, it's completely worth it. Now, the majority of my trades are 5 to 15-minute trades. These are just 1 minute examples over here, just to kind of show you really how it works, okay? If you're correct, you make money. If you are incorrect, you just don't make money. That's how it works. Now, what we're going to do, now that you got that basic point as to how it works, now we're actually going to be doing some analyzing. So we're going to look at the charts, and we're going to use one of the strategy softwares. All right, we're going to use the Liberty strategy software. All right, so we're going to log in. Right, obviously, you have to be an IM member in order for you to have access to this site. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to go right to HFX, and we're going to click the Liberty strategy software. So I didn't do any analysis, just simply clicking buttons around just so you get the basic idea. If you clear the trades, green bubble. If you don't clear the trades, red bubble, right? But here's the strategies, all right, that I've used, all right, over the time to help me saw consistent success with this style of trading, right? So the first thing I'm going to go over, ladies and gentlemen, is basically the simple scalper strategy, okay? So I'm going to make this very brief. I'm going to make this very quick. Some of you may be familiar with the simple scalper strategy. And then right after this, I'm going to cover the Webslinger strategy and then the Pickpocket strategy. So just so you have a good understanding, right? All right, let me just, I'll make this black. Okay, when the market is basically consolidating, okay, between a support and a resistance point, when it's consolidating, it's just basically moving sideways before it's ready to travel up or before, you know, it's ready to, end up traveling down, right? So whenever the market is basically moving sideways and it's consolidating, that's when the market is finding a little bit of balance before it's ready to travel up or it's ready to travel down, right? Now, let me erase this. Okay. All right. So this strategy, all right, this works best when the market is consolidating. So we're going to go over the rules of the strategy. And again, I hope you are ready to take notes. All right. So first thing first, when we are entering a buy or a sell, let's first start off with buys. Okay. We're going to first start off with buys over here. All right. There's certain things that we are looking for. Now I'm going to look for a nice, good setup here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna use a vertical line so you can see the example that I'm looking at. All right, and so I'm going to give you a list of confirmations for you to follow, right? And I'm gonna type this in here. So when you're looking for a buy on the simple scalper, there's a couple of things that you need, all right? Number one is this, okay? You want to see a blue candle, okay, opening at or around the blue Bollinger Band. That's what you want to see. You want to see a blue candle, all right, opening at or around the blue Bollinger Band. Now, if you could get a blue candle crossing up the blue Bollinger Band, that could qualify it as well for the first confirmation, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to get through this first, and then we're going to answer some questions, okay? So that way, for the people that get it, we go through the information quick, and for everyone else that got extra questions, then we answer those questions, right? So the first confirmations you're looking for, okay, is a blue candle opening at the blue Bollinger Band or around the blue Bollinger Band. Now, the Bollinger Band is a very, very, very useful indicator. It's a very useful indicator, especially if you are scalping in a market. John Bollinger created the Bollinger Bands, and the way it's designed is simply that the market 90% of the time is between the top and the bottom Bollinger Band. So if you notice, what I did over here on the scanner is I changed the color of the Bollinger Band. So the bottom Bollinger Band is blue, because guess what? When the markets are when the markets are touching a blue level, you can expect it to go up, okay? If the markets is touching a red level or a red indicator, or you have a resistance line that happens to be red, you can expect it to drop, right? So that's why I changed the colors around a little bit. So when you see a blue candle opening at the blue Bollinger Band, that is one confirmation for a buy. The second confirmation for a buy, okay, is the blue volume bar. All right, this gives you assurance. I'm just going to remove the MA here. This gives you assurance that the market is definitely moving up, right? The bigger the bar when it comes to the volume bars, the more momentum it has in that direction. So we can obviously see, all right, that the market is experiencing some good bullish momentum, okay? So volume bar is the second confirmation for a buy, okay? Now, with this strategy, you need at least 4 confirmations before you enter a trade. Now, let's go down to the third confirmation, and that is the stochastic. So whether it's previous candle or current candle, when you see the stochastic crossing up the blue dotted line, that is another confirmation for a buy. So if you notice, this is all color-coded: blue Bollinger Band, blue volume bar, blue dotted line, and a stochastic, okay? You're starting to notice blue, 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 right? And then over here, fourth confirmation is going to be the RSI. So we see the RSI crossing up the blue dotted line. All right, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That is a fourth confirmation for a buy. Now, why do we need multiple confirmations for anything? Why do we need multiple confirmations for a buy? Why do we need multiple confirmations for a sell? And it's simply this: no indicator is 100% correct. No indicator is 100% correct. So what you do is you grab a confirmation per indicator. And if you have multiple indicators confirming the same thing, then most likely you know that the market is going to move in a certain direction, okay? So I'm about trading smart. I'm about really just doing what we need to do, aligning what we need to align, and get to the money, right? We don't need to overcomplicate things. We don't have to be extra technical. This is very simple, okay? So blue candle opening at the blue Bollinger Band, one confirmation for a buy. Second confirmation for a buy, blue volume bar. Third confirmation for a buy, okay? Stochastic. right? Stochastic crossing up the blue dotted line, right? Fourth confirmation for a buy, the RSI, the relative strength index, okay? So we see that when you see that the markets are at an oversold point, you know it's a matter of time before it goes up. And so what I did with the stochastic and the RSI is I changed the colors a little bit because, again, we want to make it simple. I want to make the softwares so simple that my grandmother could do it, right? I want to make this so simple that a third grader can do this. All they have to do is coordinate the colors and bam, they could get in and out of the market with the bag the right way. Now, 4 confirmations is good enough for you to enter a trade, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you have more confirmations, that's even better. So I'll explain it just like this. 3 confirmations is 50-50. I wouldn't even get into the market if all I had was 3 confirmations on these setups, right? If you get 4 confirmations, that brings it to about 80% accuracy, okay? But if you get 5 or more confirmations on the simple scalper, now we're talking 90%. Now we're talking 90% or better. We can't say 100%. I can't even say 99%. Right? Because that's just compliance, right? But the bottom line is, if we're talking on a one-on-one basis, I would tell you 5 or more confirmations, you'll be retarded to not get into a trade, okay? Seriously. So there are other confirmations you can search for. So for example, let's say if the stochastic for some reason doesn't align, right? So you still need that 4 confirmation. Well, continue to go down the list. Do we see a parabolic dot right below a candle here? Do we see a blue candle above a parabolic dot? And yes, we do right here. That is a 5th confirmation. But let's say if the stochastic or the RSI wasn't giving you confirmations, well, you continue to go down the list and you will be able to find more additional confirmations. EMA, nope, we don't see it by the EMA, or we actually did not draw up any SRTs on this chart. So the cool thing about the strategy software here, about the Liberty strategy software, and the scanners that we have, such as the simple scalper, is you really don't need to do SRTs. You don't really need to draw up your support resistance trend lines. As long as you get your confirmations, you are good. You can get in and out of the market with the bat. Now, is it possible for you to just strictly go off SRTs without using indicators? Yes, yes, you can. There's many different approaches to the market, but what I'm teaching here is what works for me. Now, the next question is, how do you know how much time to put into a trade, right? I think that's probably the biggest thing. If you ever wondered that for yourself, let me get some interaction here. If you ever wondered that for yourself, how much time do you need, right, when you execute a trade? Let me know. Type 1 in the chat. If you ever wondered, okay, I get the strategy, but how much time should I put in a trade? Type 1 in the chat if you ever wondered that. I want to see where you're at. Okay, so we got quite a few people, right? So write this down. If you're going to write anything down, I want you to write this thing down right here. The 3 candle rule. When it comes to selecting your time expiration, you want to go with the 3 candle rule. And what does that mean, right? If you see the setup on a 1-minute chart, your time expiration is going to be 3 minutes, right? If you see the setup on a 5-minute chart, your time expiration is going to be 15 minutes. Now, why is that, right? Well, we could see, let's say if this was a 5-minute chart, right? Well, this is actually a 15-minute chart right here, okay? This means that every candle represents what the price have done in a period of 15 minutes, right? So each candle represents 15 minutes. If we're going with the 3 candle rule, that means in this specific setup, our time expiration is going to be 45 minutes. Now, there may be some individuals here that are like, man, I'm trying to get in and out of the market with the bag in a matter of a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You want to have a little patience. Sometimes you need to let the market breathe so that way you can have more accuracy when it comes to your trades. Because what happens is if you're used to the 1-minute trades, or if you get too addicted to the 1-minute trades, 3-minute trades, what ends up happening is this: your entry prices will be a little too close to the expiration prices on the broker. And when that happens, you're liable to get spiked out. When you take your trades with more quality, you'll be able to win a lot more trades. Now, obviously, that's the name of the game, right? We want to be able to win a hell of a lot more than we catch an L. That's the name of the game. That's the point when it comes to trading. We want to maximize our profit-making potential, but we want to minimize our risk, right? Maximize the wins, minimize the risk. And so this is a very safe approach. The 3 candle rule is a very safe approach. Now, I was studying the candles, all the time. And I noticed that if I saw a good setup and I just let 3 candles pass, most likely that trade was going to clear. Most likely that trade is going to clear. So on top of getting all the confirmations to align with the 3 candle rule, I mean, it really is a killer combination for you to slay the charts, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure the majority of you want to learn how to slay the charts, how to really get in and out of the market with the bat. And if that's you, if you're that kind of person, you don't care about the technicalities of everything. You just want to get in and out of the market with the cash, right? You want to cash out like a cash cow. Type $signs in the chat. Let me see if you're someone like me, okay? Let me see if you're someone like me. Type $signs in the chat if you're the type to get in and out of the market with the bag. You don't really care about the technicalities or everything. You just want to get to the money. You want to get to the money, right? And so I'm that kind of individual. I just want to get to the bag. I just want to get into the money, right? Don't ask me the super technical questions, all right? Ask me the get money questions. I'm not the ask questions guy. I'm the get money guy, right? I'm the get money guy. I'm not the ask questions guy. I'm the get money guy. So basically, this is how you get to the money when it comes to setting up your buys for the simple scalper. Now let's talk about the sells, right? And we'll have an example over here that we could use for a sell. All right, I got a good one right here. I see one. Okay, here's a nice setup. All right, and we are going to copy and paste this. And the rules are just the opposite, right? So I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. Actually, we good. We good just like that, okay? All right. All right, now when it comes to sells, all right, let's zoom it in a little bit because I do want you to catch on. When it comes to the sells, it's the same, right? It's the same but reversed, okay? It's the same but reversed. So what are the rules? What are the rules for a sell? Well, number one, Bollinger Band. If we see a red candle opening at the red Bollinger Band, opening close to the red Bollinger Band, or if we get a red candle crossing down the red Bollinger Band, boom, that's one confirmation for a sell. That's one confirmation for a sell. Next confirmation for a sell is the red volume bar. Boom, right there. So we already have 2 confirmations for a sell. All right, here's another one. Look at this. Okay, the stochastic. Can we see the stochastic crossing down the red dotted line? Yes, we can. That's the 3rd confirmation for a sell right there. 4th confirmation for a sell. This is all we need. All we need is 4 confirmations, right? Boom, there you go. 4 confirmations for a sell. This is good enough for you to enter a trade. What is the rule? 3 candle rule, right? 1, 2, 3, you would have cleared that, right? 1, 2, 3, you would have cleared that. Look, let's do it like this, right? Okay, here we go. All right, look, this is 18 pips. Now, for those of you, I want you to write notes. I want you to write this down if you are taking notes, right? 1 pip in the traditional Forex world is 10 points in binary options. So this setup right here, we would have went for a sell for 18 pips, which of course you could catch it in regular MT4 Forex. But in binary options, that's over 180 binary points. When it comes to binary options, if your trade is more than 100 points in the profit zone, you're going to maximize the payout for that trade. It doesn't matter what broker you're using, even if you're using Nadex, right? If you get more than 100 points, all right, 100 binary points, right, in the profit zone, you're going to maximize your payout potential for that specific trade. So these are rock solid entries. 3 candle rule aligned with your multiple confirmations, you'll be set. You'll be good, right? So if you're with me so far, if this makes sense to you so far, type 555 in the chat. If this makes sense to you so far, type 555 in the chat. I'll make sure I put the confirmations together so that way you can see here. All right. If you need to take a snapshot of this, take a snapshot of this because I want you to save it for your notes. Okay. I want you to save it for your notes. Right. This makes sense to you, 555. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Cheyenne, Strip Chaser. Okay. I see you. Quinn, Genesis, Oliver, Travon, and Nelly. Nice. Laquan. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, cool. So save this snapshot, right? Don't try to remember it. Just save the snapshot. Save it for your notes, right? And you can create like a little booklet for yourself with all the snapshots that you took. Like really take your learning to the next level. Don't mess around with this. Don't play around with this. This is serious business, guys. This is not for the curious. This is for the serious, okay? When you treat trading like a business, it's gonna pay you like a business, right? There's too many people that just messing around with this, right? There's too many people just kind of dibbling into this, right? But you gotta go hard, right? You gotta be savage. You want your account to look savage. You don't want your account to look average, right? That's the whole point of this, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to the next strategy. And the next strategies are actually going to be much easier to understand, believe it or not. Since I go over the simple scalper and requires multiple confirmations, it takes a little longer, but the next two strategies I'm going to teach is going to be much more faster, okay? So the next strategy we're going to go over, we'll go over the pickpocket as the second strategy, okay? We're going to go over the pickpocket right now. Now, remember when I showed you that the simple scalper works best when the market is consolidating, basically moving sideways, right? From, support and resistance, but for the most part, moving sideways. Is not really trending up. It's not really trending down. The pickpocket works in any kind of scenario, so it's good. Does it mean that it's the best strategy to use? No, right? Because when the market is consolidating, the best strategy to use is simple scalper. When the market is trending up or the market is trending down, the best strategy to use is the Webslinger. But if you don't see any confirmations, if you don't see a setup on any of those strategies, the pickpocket usually fills that hole, okay? It usually fills that void, all right? So here we go. Here are the 3 rules, okay, for a buy when it comes to the pickpocket, all right? So once again, I'm going to use a vertical line to show, okay, an example trade. Okay, we'll actually show a few. Actually, no, this one does not qualify here. It doesn't qualify there. All right. Okay, we'll just do whatever, 3, okay? Something very simple, okay? All right, so here are the 3 rules for buy when it comes to the pickpocket. Now, you're gonna like this because there's only 3 rules, right? It's only 3 rules. So number 1, all right, we're gonna switch this up over here. Number 1, you must see, all right, candle above purple line and candle above all right. The third confirmation is going to be that blue arrow, all right? Now, let me switch this. Okay, here we go. Very simple 3-step rule. All right, very simple, okay? Let me make the font much bigger. So, oh, nope, that's too big. All right, cool. That's good enough. All right, so here we go. These are the 3 rules, all right, for a buy on the pickpocket, okay? Now, for those of you that only see triangles as fractals as opposed to the arrows, what you need to do is double click on the triangles if you see it on your chart, right? You're gonna double click on it, all right? You're gonna go to style and you're going to make sure that the blue is set to arrow up and that the red is set to arrow down. And what you do is you click over on defaults and you save as default before you click OK, all right? And so the next time that the pickpocket loads, you're gonna be able to see the arrows and everything. And of course, what I do, because I know some of you see a green line instead of a blue line, All right, this is a color changing line. So if you have the default, if you just kept it on default settings, you would see that it's like a turquoise green that changes to like a burgundy red. I just change it up a little bit. I make sure it's solid blue, solid red, solid blue, solid red. Make sure you save as default and click OK. So again, the next time Pickpocket opens up for you, you'll see the setup just like this, like how I see it on my end, right? So here we go. The 3 confirmations or the 3 rules for a buy when it comes to the Pickpocket. Number 1, the candle must be above the purple line. So the purple line is the EMA, it's the exponential moving average, right? Secondly, you must see the candle above the blue line or the green line if you're keeping the default settings, okay? So as long as the candle is above the 2 colored lines, okay, that's cool. Now you need to wait for the 3rd step. And that 3rd step is the blue arrow. Now the fractals are a delayed indicator. So as soon as that arrow appears, you're going to want to take that buy immediately, all right? It's a 1, 2, 3 step system, okay? So if everything else is aligned, all right, the candle's above the 2 color lines, all you need to do is wait for that blue arrow. When that blue arrow appears, you're going to take that buy. For how long? 3 candle rule, all right? So don't forget, all my strategies on the Liberty Strategy software, all right, works with the 3 candle rule, okay, for time expirations. All right? It works with the 3 candle rule for time expirations. So let's look at this. Let's take a look at this, right? So if I took this buy setup for 3 candles, okay, look at this, for 3 candles, what's that? Okay, that's 30 pips, okay? So yeah, you could take these setups on MT4, of course, but it's for binary options, right? So 30 pips in traditional Forex is 300 points for binary. And again, if your trade is more than 100 points, okay, or 10 pips, if your trade is more than 100 binary points, then you get to maximize the profit-making potential for that trade. I mean, this thing is beast. It's beast, all right? If you work it and you practice it, okay, and you get to a point where you find your balance with it, it's over. It's over. You're going to be a monster. People are going to be coming and floating to you and asking you, what's the secret, right? You could teach them over a webinar, but they'll still come to you at live events asking for the secret like you ain't just given to them all the other webinars ago, right? So guys, look, man, look, this is key. Now I know there's like 20 people that dropped off, right? You're either about this or you're not. This is not for everybody. But if you're tough enough to survive forward, right, your account is going to stay growing, right? So some people may take a little L, right, and they take a little dip. You got to look at it like an uptrend, baby, right? So you may not know this, but because of the skills that you're generating and in your route to success, right, you may not see it, right? But even if you took a little L, it's just a pullback during an uptrend. You take a little L, ain't nothing. Keep going, stay consistent, use these skills, find your balance with the strategies, keep it going. It's going to keep going up, right? You may be in a little dip right now. You may be in a little pullback right now. But best to believe if you stay consistent, you're going to win at the end of the day. The question is, are you tough enough to survive forward? Are you tough enough to survive forward, right? They want the raw, they want the real. Some people ain't ready for it. Some people ain't ready for it, right? So look, these are basically, this is the 3-step system, all right, for a buy when it comes to the Pickpocket, right? Here's another example. We don't need to spend too much time on it. Above the 2 color lines, blue arrow, okay? You take that buy, 3 candles later, all right, look at that, all right, 79 binary points. You're good, right? Spread is not going to get you here. Spread is not going to leave you in the negative here, all right? This is clean cut right here. Look at this. Another setup, look at this. Boom. All right, 73 binary points. You'll be good with that. Look, another setup right there, boom. Here we go. Look at that, right? Above the 2 color lines, blue arrow. All right, cool. 3 candles later, 83 points. Look at that, okay? This doesn't have to be rocket science, I promise you. Doesn't have to be rocket science. Now let's look for these cells. Let's look for these cells, okay? And you're gonna see it's the same but reversed, okay? It's the same but reversed. So here we go. We're gonna use a red vertical line, all right, to point out some examples here. All right, doesn't have to be rocket science, right? All right, here we go. It's gonna change up a little bit of wording here. All right, very simple, okay? Look, check this out, okay? So number one, candle below the two color lines, okay? Oh, number one, candle below the purple line. So candle below the exponential moving average. Secondly, candle below the red line. So candle below the super trend indicator, okay? Number three, red arrow appears, all right? Take that cell, all right? Take that cell for 3 candles, all right? Look at that. 293 binary points. That's 29 pips. Anything more than 100 binary points or anything more than 10 pips, you maximize, all right, that trade's profit-making potential, okay? Next one, all right, look, this is not rocket science. Look, same thing over here, all right? 3 candles later, this is 3 candles later, okay, look, more than 100 binary points, cleared. Another one, okay, cleared. All right, 100 points. That was another 100 points, right? So look, guys, find your balance with these strategies, all right? So it's kind of like riding a bike. You can see a webinar, on somebody riding a bike. You can watch somebody ride a bike in person. You can read a booklet as to how to ride a bike. You can watch videos how to ride a bike, okay? But it's until you actually get on the bike and start pedaling, and then eventually probably fall, get your scrapes, get your bruises. Eventually, you're gonna find your balance. And once you find your balance, you're gonna go places. It's the same thing with learning trading strategies. Okay, you're gonna learn a trading strategy. You may be a little rusty. You may not know what you're doing at first. You may hurt yourself a little bit, but eventually you're gonna find your balance and you're gonna run up the mileage. Okay, on your account. All right. Eventually, it's going to get to that point. All right. Last but not least, the Webslinger. Believe it or not, this is the easiest strategy. This right here is the easiest strategy, the easiest one. And we're going to keep it very simple. We're going to keep, man, sheesh. I mean, if you guys are enjoying the value so far, let me know. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Type $signs in the chat if you're enjoying the value so far. We'll answer some questions after, but let me know if you're enjoying the value so far. I want to see it. Cool. I appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Let's go. I'm telling you. Sheesh. I mean, look at this setup right here. Forget it. I mean, it's wild. So, okay, look, here's what we're going to do. When it comes, okay, look at this. When it comes to the Webslinger, this is all you need to watch out for. All you need, it looks complicated, but the strategy is easy as hell, okay? So all you're going to look out for, okay, is the cross-ups for a buy. So when you see the candles, okay, are working its way up above all the web strings, as soon as price goes above the final web string, you're going to immediately take that buy, because what's happening is it's experiencing a lot of bullish momentum. So you're actually trading with the bullish momentum on these buys, right? And so look what happens. Right after that final crossing of that web string, look at this. You take it for how long? 3 candles. See, all the strategies on the Liberty Strategy software, okay, follows the 3 candle rule. So look at this. Look, okay, we use the measuring tool. Right at the final web string, crosses up, right? You take it for 3 candles. 81 points. You'll be in a clear. 81 binary points, you'll be in a clear. Just by simply watching the market as it's crossing up all the web strings. So on a buy, all you need to do is look for those cross-ups. Now, what happens if you miss a cross-up? Well, that's fine, okay? Because what you can do is you can just catch the buys at the green line, right? There's two green lines over here, okay? One is the EMA, one is a regular MA, right? And so this is a guide. So whenever the market does a pullback, right? When it does a pullback, you want to be able to catch these buys at the green line, right? So look, check this out. The first wave goes by, okay? And then there's going to be a pullback wave. Wait for that pullback wave to finish. As soon as you start seeing, okay, that the price, the blue candles are starting to opening a little bit more often, okay, at the green line, you want to be able to take a buy, right? So this is a pullback strategy at this point, right? So when this comes up after the pullback, all right, you want to take these buys at the green line, all right? Take it for the 3 candle rule and you'll be good to go, all right? Use your common sense when it comes to this, right? Now, when it comes to a sell, you can literally wait for the price to cross, you can literally wait for the candles to cross down all the web strings, right? Check this out. Check this out. So look, you see how it's working its way down all the web strings? As soon as it crosses that final web string, which is the purple one over here, boom, enter that sell. For how long? 3 candles, right? Look, this is a 5-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart. The setup is on a 5-minute chart, which means your time expiration is going to be 15 minutes. Look at this, right? Over 100 binary points. Okay, you'll be in the clear. You'll be good to go, right? You could just wait for the candle cross-ups for buys, or you can wait for the candle cross-downs for sells. They're the strongest confirmations. 3 candle rule. Now, if you notice, these are 5-minute charts, 15-minute charts. These are not 4-hour charts, right? But you're still trading with the momentum. You're still trading with the momentum, right? This is insane. Right? You can just keep catching them. You keep catching them, right? Or you can wait for a pullback and catch the sells at the green line, right? So look, the notes are here for a reason. Look at this. If the candles are above the clouds of web strings, search for buys. If the candles are below the clouds of web strings, search for sells. So the notes are there to remind you what to do if you miss the candle cross-ups or the candle cross-downs. Cross-ups for the buys, cross-downs for the sells. Very simple. Does not have to be rocket science, right? And you could change if you're looking, okay, at the Webslinger and it doesn't look like this, that's fine. Just click on the, you could just click on the Ichimoku clouds, all right? Look, remove the conversion line, the baseline, the lagging span line, all right? And you can mess around with the colors all you want. Go to default, save as default, click OK. So that way, the next time you open up your Webslinger, okay, you're gonna see that it's at the settings that you have it in. And if the settings are back at default, that must mean that one of the programmers have given it an update, and all you need to do, just do these little adjustments again. But all in all, you'll be good to go, okay? Now, look, you know, it's different. It's different now for me, right? It's different now for me. Because if you see me trade on my binary sessions and we're using the strategies and we're calling out some trades, you'll see, all right, exactly what I'm looking for. If you learn the rules, you know exactly what I'm looking for, okay? And so we trade live at 10 p.m., all right? So make sure, all right, that you get on to tonight's session at 10 p.m. Now, for those of you that don't have a broker, it's very simple, okay? Get back to your team, get back to your sponsor, get back to your chairman, ask them what broker they use. Or you can simply use the broker that I'm using by going to binarypromocode.com. You go over to binarypromocode.com, okay? Binarypromocode.com. And what's going to happen is you're going to fill out a registration form, all right? After you fill out the registration form, all you have to do is basically fund the account with Bitcoin. You can do it with Cash App, all right? Or you can use Skrill. There's other different options you can use to fund the account, but most of the time it's going to be Bitcoin. So make sure you get yourself a Bitcoin wallet. If you go into my YouTube channel, all right, I have a YouTube channel. I actually made a video. Okay, I actually made a video on exactly how to use Cash App. Okay, right over here, 30,000 views. All right, so 3 months ago, I put together a video as to how you can use Cash App to purchase Bitcoin and send it to a broker. Okay. So this is a good video, 30,000 views. All right. Be on the lookout for that. You know what? Let me drop it in the chat. All right. Let me see if I could, all right. And look, I do it in a way where it's going to be easy for you to follow. Okay. So you can watch this on a laptop, on an iPad or something, whatever. And on your phone, just basically follow along. All right. So here you go. All right, look, here's the link to the video right there, okay? binarypromocode.com, all right, to set yourself up. The laptop is dying, but we're gonna be done in like 1 minute, so it doesn't matter. So basically, make sure you use these resources, all right, because look, this is what got me to a whole other level. And I don't really care about me like that, right? Because the bottom line is this. If the top 10 binary traders in the world, all right, are my people, I'm happy. I'm all right with being I'm all right with being number 11. I'm all right with being number 21, as long as the top 20 binary traders around the world were once my students. I'm cool with that. It's my job as a coach to make sure you do what I did, but do it much better. But you got to have the hunger. You got to have the hunger. You got the strategies. You got IM Mastery Academy. You got the tools. You got everything you need to dig for digital profits. And all you need to do is have the ambition enough to go get it done. To go get it done, right? And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cash, I'm going to hand it right back over to you. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about, let me know. Let's see, we got Cash. Cash, you on, bro? Or was this, or am I just the host and that's it? Let me see here. Vic Marie, I'm gonna make you co-host just in case. Is there something that I should cover that Cash wanted me to cover? Okay, all right. I'm not getting any. All right, so, okay, so here we go. All right, you're going to go to im.center tonight. All right, we're going to collect the bag together. This is how you can find my sessions, all right? This is how you can find my sessions. You're going to go on Go Live. You're going to click on HFX. All right, you're going to find my banner here. And once you click it, all right, this is where you're going to access, okay, my live session, all right? And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, all right, don't forget binarypromocode.com or get back with your sponsor, chairman. Ask them what broker they are using. All right. You learn the strategies for the Liberty Strategy software. All right. We covered the basis of binary. All right. And now let's get to the bag. Don't forget that video to help you set up, to help you purchase Bitcoin through Cash App and send it, or you can use Coinbase, whatever. So Bitcoin is how we fund overseas brokers for the most part, even traditional Forex, like if you have Hugo's Way or whatever the case may be, they accept Bitcoin. That's just how it is these days. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning on. Stay blessed. Take care. I'll see you at the top. Hope you saw some good value. I'll see you on tonight in 1 hour. Let's smash the market and let's cash out like a.
Thank you, Nes. Thank you.
Welcome.
This is Vic. Thank you, bro.
No problem. Thank you so much.